Hey, what's going on, guys? So in today's video, we're going to see if we can find a broken MacBook on eBay that we can fix and resell. And here you go. Usually the sponsored posts that you're going to first see on eBay are resale shops that all they do is buy MacBooks, maybe fix the SSD, replace the SSD on older ones. They're going to try and update these. They're going to try and install some software to convince you that this is a good deal. So I would stay away from these. There's really no money to be made on them. So what I do is, obviously we want to change the condition. Because obviously if you're going to look at a good condition used MacBook, they will sell for whatever the market value is currently. So there is really no money to be made unless you get lucky on some auction that's, ends in the middle of the night or something. And, you will save, let's say $100. But even after the eBay fees, if you then try and resell this on eBay, you're going to lose all your profits. So let's take a look. Let's put 4 parts or not working. And what we're going to do is newly listed. Because obviously, as you guys know, you're not the only people that try and find good deals on MacBooks and then try and resell them and make some money. So we want to see the newest ones. Maybe you're the first one seeing this post. So here we have a MacBook 13-inch. It says keyboard and trackpad are not working. It looks like it boots up. He wants $20 for shipping. Let's see what year this is. It's a 2015. So, price $250. So there might be some profit in this one if you replace the keyboard and trackpad. You just gotta worry if maybe there's an issue on the logic board. So if you're not comfortable with soldering or something like that, this might be a bad purchase. But $250 is actually pretty low for this. But obviously do your research, search for 2015 MacBook Pro, look at the specs, and see if this is a good deal or not. So obviously you're going to get a bunch of MacBooks. Obviously we're looking at the ones for parts. And the ones I would stay away from is the firmware locked ones. So if it's firmware locked, there is a way to unlock it, but those kits you usually buy on Wish or somewhere overseas. They have some tutorial videos on it, but you don't know what you're getting. You're gonna spend $200 on this kit, this cable that plugs into the logic board. You plug it into another PC, MacBook, and you run some some commands to try and unlock it. So that is pretty risky because you're gonna spend a few $100s on that kit. And then you're going to spend, let's say, a few $100, $500 on a MacBook. So after you take that in consideration, you're going to overpay for it, even if you manage to unlock it. But if you don't manage to unlock it, you have just a 4 parts MacBook Pro like these other people are selling. So it has to be a very good deal to jump on those firmware locked MacBooks. But yeah, obviously you have plenty to choose from. These are all very new posts. So there is a way to make some money. Just please make sure to do your homework. Try and research these MacBooks and see if they're selling for good prices. So like for this one, obviously this is an auction, but $230 for a 2016 MacBook Pro 15-inch. Would be a good deal, depending on what's wrong with it. Liquid damage on logic board. So most likely, this is a bad logic board. You can buy it and take a look at the logic board, see if you can clean it up, and maybe you can get it to work. But this is kind of risky. Sorry about that. So the point of this video, I was doing this exact search like I'm showing you guys a couple nights ago, and I stumbled upon this posting. So this says Apple MacBook Pro 15-inch, 16 gigs of RAM. It has 512 gigabytes of SSD space gray, and here it says read parts only. So obviously it's making you read the description. So read the entire description. Obviously 15-inch MacBook Pro, mint condition, physically good condition, original box. SSD is encrypted and I cannot reset the account. I do not have the password for the MacBook. I cannot reset it for you. And it includes original box and laptop only. It doesn't come with a charger. So as you guys can see, this has an Intel i9 processor in it. So I'm pretty sure those processors were put into the MacBook Pros in maybe end of 2018 and 19. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure if they were put into the 2018 ones, it was the end of the year, but obviously they were in the 2019 year for sure. So this is an upgraded processor because the stock processor that these came with was i7 processor. So this is the 8-core i9 processor, 16 gigs of RAM, 512 of SSD space. And this has a Radeon Pro 560X, and this is also upgraded graphics. This doesn't have the Vega graphics. Obviously, the Vega graphics are even more powerful than the Radeon. So those Vega ones are going for even more. So obviously here it just says it's for parts only repair. No warranty, no returns, you get the gist. So let's take a look at what this store sells on eBay. So I think before buying or bidding on any of these, take a look what they sell. If they're only selling MacBooks and each one is dressed up, installed, some software, it's usually a resale company that, just installs some software on these, cleans them up, maybe fixes a couple issues, and they charge a premium. They charge even more than the going value for them. So obviously, with their professional photography, some cool photos, they want to get some people who aren't as familiar with these MacBook Pros and make some money on them. So let's take a look at what this guy is selling. So let's look. So it looks like he has some Microsoft Surface. He has a graphics card over here. So let's take a look at all his items. So here he has a camera, Wi-Fi, mobile hotspot. So it looks like he has a bunch of different things. So my prediction is this is a liquidation website. So maybe they buy like Amazon return pallets, Best Buy, and they just resell all the products quickly. So that's actually a good sign that he's not only selling MacBooks like I told you guys. So they probably don't know as much on these MacBooks on some other websites. So here you have a MacBook Air 13-inch for $850. But obviously we're looking for ones that are for repair. So as you guys can see, obviously, I already purchased this 2 nights ago. So he wanted $1,150 for it. So I offered him a few offers, and we wound up doing $1,000 plus tax. I don't know if he charged me shipping. It was no shipping, so I just paid tax on this. So I got it in the mail today, and I'm going to show you guys what I received. So this is the box it came in. Obviously, he said it comes in the original box. Let's look at the specs on the back of it. Obviously, 15-inch, space gray, 2.3 gigahertz processor. Obviously, all the specs we expected. So this seems to be the original box. So let's open it up. And here we have the MacBook. And here we have the booklet and everything, stickers. Obviously, you guys know what that comes with. And let's take a look at the back. And as you guys can see, this seems like in perfect condition. So I noticed this has this sticker that says warranty void if removed. So if any of you guys have these 2019, 2018 MacBook Pro 15-inch, let me know if they're putting these stickers on all of them now. I guess on my 2016, I didn't have the sticker, so I'm not sure if this is like a new thing Apple is doing. I haven't seen it in any other videos. So is this a new thing? Obviously, to make sure you're not taking this back cover off, because it hides one of the screws, obviously. So let me know if that comes on all of them now. So I already looked at this MacBook. I received it to work. A couple other things, actually. So I got it for $1,000. You might think that's a big risk to take. $1,000, what if you can't get it unlocked? So MacBook parts are very expensive. If you part this out, let's say the screen is at least like $600. If you sell the top cover. If you sell it all in pieces, you can get close to that $1,000 or maybe even more. If I sold it for all for parts. So actually, I wasn't risking $1,000. You know, maybe I would lose a couple $100, but I wasn't risking the whole $1,000. But obviously, if you guys are afraid to lose money, don't attempt this. Just, look on eBay for a good condition, fully working MacBook, and just buy those. Don't buy the one for parts only, because there's a lot of people that try and hide different things and not tell you about them to try and con people and make some money off of you. So I took some photos of this when I received this, so we're going to take a look at them right now. So when I first booted it, obviously it had that lock screen like I mentioned to you guys. Let's take a look at that. So it had the person's name. So like I think this is somebody who bought this and then returned it after a couple days. So they made a username. Obviously, they made a password because it makes you make a password. And they just returned it to the store. And the store never made sure that the password is removed. And then when they were going through it, they sold it to one of these liquidation companies because they didn't know what to do with it. So let's take a look. And we got this message over here. It says, if you're unable to unlock this Mac, you can fully erase and reinstall Mac OS. Actually, I didn't see this at first. I seen something that the iCloud was not added to this MacBook Pro. So it had no iCloud added on this. No email or anything added to it. And the drive was encrypted. So it said the only way to get into it, you had to have the password. There was no reset options. So what I did is press Command R while I booted this, and it restarted and it got into the recovery options. So I didn't have the disk utility or anything like that pop up, but I got this recovery assistant. And if I press recovery assistant up top, I had an option that said erase this Mac. So that's good news. So I did that. It erased everything. And then I just reinstalled the operating system on this. And when I reinstalled, it was booting. It was saying activating Mac. So that step kind of got me worried. I was like, maybe it's still locked. I did all this work. I obviously, I guess it did it by itself. It wasn't that big of a deal. I was at work doing this. But I was kind of worried. It started spinning and it said, your Mac is activated. So I got in easily. So let's take a look at the specs of this. Obviously, I mentioned to you guys what that guy listed about it. But let's make sure everything he listed, that this box actually is for this MacBook. So here we go. After everything installed, this is the screen I got. So let's take a look. So I bought this Mac. So as you guys can see, it's a 2019 15-inch, this is basically brand new. 2.3 gigahertz, 8-core i9. So obviously it's the upgraded processor from the i7, 16 gigs of RAM. So this is awesome to see. So let's go to system report. And let's find battery over here. I forget what section it's under. Is it power? Yeah, over here. Sorry about that, guys. So here, cycle count. So that means how many cycles this battery had. So 4. So when I got this MacBook today, it was pretty low, so I charged it up. So honestly, one of these cycles is probably me. So this probably has around 3 cycles on it. So this is basically a brand new MacBook Pro. So obviously this is awesome to see. So the point of this video, I guess I just want to show you guys that you can make money on these MacBook Pros on eBay. Just don't jump on the first one you see. Take your time, maybe every day before bed. Try and see what ones were listed and just weigh out your options. Take a look. If you can't get this unlocked, or for example, if they don't know what's broken with it, it's very vague description. Honestly, those vague descriptions is probably how you will get lucky. Because a person doesn't know what's wrong with their MacBook, they just toss it up on eBay and hope for the best. They just, bought a new one, are just tossing this up online just to recoup some of the cost of a new one, and they're not worried about it. So you can have an easy fix on this, and you can flip it and make, $1,000, $500, depends on the version. So this is a prime example of you know, you can get a good deal on one of these MacBooks. So yeah, like I said, before bed, every day look and weigh out your options also if you're going to part it out. So see, you know, if it's a good working display, see what those displays are going for. Maybe a display is going for $500 and this person is selling this MacBook for $300. So all you have to do is just remove the display, you know, take photos of it, show them that it's a working display. You know, for example, if it's firmware locked or something, just show them that screen where it's firmware locked, but show them that the display is working. And then take it apart and just sell the display. So just by selling the display, you can make a couple $100. So yeah, I just wanted to show you guys what good of a deal I got on this. And stay tuned for more videos on this channel. Make sure to subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Thank you.